Happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining us again. I hope you've been enjoying the 10-minute tips and tricks that we've been provided by our amazing guests. And today is nothing less of something special. We're talking about mind. That one word, mind. What does it mean? What can we do with it? There's a lot to be said with that. And so I'm going to turn it over to Catherine, who's going to introduce our wonderful speaker.
Yeah, we're so excited. We're loving these pop-ups. I hope you guys are too. Welcome Juliana Young from Home Care Assistance of Douglas County. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
We're really excited because we're talking about mind, not only in terms of what can we be doing with someone who has dementia to work with them in their thinking process as family members, as caregivers, but also mindset. And so much of that is wrapped around the holidays. We have so many things at the holidays that come up for us in our mind and in our thinking. So with that, let's dive in. Let's talk about mind.
You bet. Well, I think that's the reason you gave me this word was because of what Home Care Assistance does with its clients that are having even mild cognitive impairment and some dementia. Is that we have a whole program called Cognitive Therapeutics, which our caregivers work one-on-one to help the mind. And then we developed a whole program called Mind Fit. And I have learned so much about the mind in this process, about the fact that we're born with 100 billion neurons. Even your little baby has 100 billion neurons, Francis, and he will use those in his lifetime, but they're there to adapt and change, when it's exercise. So like our body, we have to exercise our mind. So with our clients, we have this sweet opportunity to work with them on mental stimulation, socialization, reminiscing, things that help them to keep those neurotransmitters, there's neuroplasticity going where they can be exercised. There is a lot of science. I could go on and on about the science of keeping that brain active and stimulated.
Can I ask just a high level question? What is neuroplasticity?
Neuroplasticity, it allows the brain to adapt and change. So if you think about, we were talking earlier about brain damage, or stroke or something like that, the body and the brain will adapt and go around and make new pathways. So for people like us that are healthy and haven't had any brain damage or brain injury, we can also create new pathways by learning new experiences. So if you're a hiker or a biker or a walker, take a different path, take a different route, learn a new language, learn a new instrument. You can learn anything on YouTube. And I know this COVID has allowed us to do yoga on our kitchen floor, to do Zoom meetings with old high school friends that I did and reminisce, which again is activating the brain. Doing apps on your phone, Words with Friends, Luminosity. And Home Care Assistance even developed a book for our caregivers and our clients. I can send them to both of you, where you can go on virtual tours of the San Diego Zoo and listen to a symphony and watch a Broadway show. So these all help your brain to keep focused on something, learn something new, multitasking. So I was just given the name of a book, so I'm going to read a new book in a new format, and that's going to help. But what I just said about multitasking, we think that multitasking is good. Francis's mind is going all the time, and he's got a brain for that. But for me, I think it's important to what they say about neuroplasticity is you've got to focus on something new versus thinking you can multitask because you never really have a chance to do well at one thing.
I agree with that.
So we can encourage and stimulate our brain on purpose to grow. So we can help our loved ones with dementia by reminiscing through a photo album or talking about an old vacation. My father is 99, and you start talking to him about the old days and he can go on and on. But that, he's creating new neural pathways. So with COVID, how many new things have you guys learned during COVID? Look at us now.
Right. How long does someone need to this activity? Can 5-10 minutes, can 5 or 10 minutes be a start? Can someone start that small, or
Yes.
do they need to think bigger?
You know what? I think that whenever you start something new, start small, try different things. Even, Francis, if you are trying to learn a new language and you decide, I'd rather go to Italy than learn Italian, and say, well, maybe I'll try something else. The time you took, that 10 minutes a day or 15 minutes a day, is still working your brain because you were trying to learn. So
Okay.
I would say start small. In 30 days, you build a habit, starting something new. And I know the new year is coming. We talk about New Year's resolutions, and I think it's about, what new thing can I learn or do this year that I've never done before? As COVID has made us um, flexible in the way that we've had to do business, we've had to do life,
Yes.
we've had to do FaceTime with our parents since we can't go
Yeah.
visit them.
Uh-huh.
Your team has to do FaceTime
Mhm.
with families since they can't come in. So it's interesting. But
Hmm.
I will say that it's really individual, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because what I may want to learn, I might want to read a new genre of a book that I've never read before. Or Francis, you might want to hike a new trail that you've never hiked before.
Mhm.
Yeah, and even as small as what you said, read a book in a different medium. So instead of in your hands, maybe on a Kindle or some other way, audiobooks. Just
Yes.
something small
Yeah.
can be enough, right? And we've always heard the idea, drive home a different way from the office.
Yes.
I never do. I drive my standard
Oh,
way.
that's a
Yes.
good point too, Catherine. That I never think about that. Huh.
Oh yeah, I take my dog for 4 walks a day, and there's 4 different walks that I take because it's
Great.
just easier, and I'm looking at different things. So, what I would say for the professionals out there working with seniors, get them talking about something. Maybe show them, look at a piece of art in their room, whether it's a Norman Rockwell print, and maybe notice a couple things about the picture. Get them talking is helping the brain as well.
I love
But
that.
it also improves our mindset because we're doing something sweet for, it doesn't feel like we're doing anything for them, but we really are really helping them. So, Catherine, I would love to switch to mindset. I
Yep.
think that that's important, especially in the world that we live in. You know, we can choose what we think and what we do. We cannot control what other people say or do, but we do have control over the way we react to situations, and we can choose positivity. Home Care did a great webinar on relentless positivity, and she was fabulous. And it's really about whether you can or you can't, you're right. So
Yeah.
it's about really changing your mind. And, you know, we're not just this carved stone. We're able to be malleable and learn new things and change our mindset. But there's fixed mindset and there's a growth mindset. And I think a fixed mindset is always evaluating self and
Yeah.
saying, I could have done that better. I should have done that better. But a growth mindset would say, wow, I did it. And now I learned from it. Like, this is my first Facebook Live, and I'm going to learn from it. And
Yeah.
I think that just trying new
Huh.
things can change your mindset to
I like
say,
that. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think that Francis, as an employer, that you know that your caregivers need some accolades, but they also carry with them their own self-worth. And we can have control over that or not. So it's a matter of really knowing that we can have a growth mindset to change the way that we do life in COVID, especially. If I can't see my mom and I can't go travel with her, what can I do? What
Right.
kinds of things can I make a difference with? Writing her a letter in big print so caregiver can read it to her and she can look at it.
Mhm.
Those kinds of things I think are important.
It's like the bright spots that Catherine has talked about, right? Find those bright spots and amplify those.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love what you said. It's thinking about what you can do rather than what you can't do. We can't go out and eat in a restaurant right now, but what can we do? And there was an amazing young lady who was quoted in a New York Times article who called around and asked for restaurants that are approved restaurants to deliver something to her dad at a senior living center.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
So cool.
We're getting close on time here. So Juliana, what one thing would you like our audience to take away from this? What action?
Well, I think the action is change your mind. You can decide on your own every morning. Every morning is new to say, I'm going to have a growth mindset today. If I can or can't, I'm right, and I will be able to change up things if it doesn't go my way, because I can make a difference in my own life and not have to depend on others. But thank God for others and connection. So thank you for connecting with me today.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Juliana. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, that's awesome. Fantastic. Yeah, the work you do is amazing, and we want to thank you for all
Well,
that.
thank you guys as well. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Solstice.
Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, happy all the things. All the things.
Choose happiness.
I love it. Choose happiness. That's a great way to end.
Our action. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Look for us tomorrow, same time, same place. We have another great guest.
And don't forget to join our Facebook group, because we have some exciting giveaways and also some amazing collaboration circles that are going to be coming out in 2021. So join that group to stay up to date. It's free. Everybody likes free. So join it to stay up to date with us. Until tomorrow, have a wonderful rest of your day.
Bye, everyone.